at Extremes Land as well.
Yeah, it's cool to see the players are all still sort of like flicking around with different lineups and stuff. And then that was good as well when we casted Alter Ego. He had like good info on who else was on that lineup. The Polish guy. My brain shut off. I can't remember, and it doesn't matter because we have Counter-Strike.
Oh my god, we're back.
We are in a game. We are in a game of Counter-Strike, guys. Everybody, calm the flip down. We have Counter-Strike, oh my lord. And it's on Nuke, and it's Australians, and Latvians, and Mongolians. So let's see where we end up.
Thank you everyone for listening to our old school RuneScape TED Talk. I'm going to go back to looking at Amazon Prime Day deals later on. But until then, we rock in on the Nuke. As Keen doesn't quite manage to keep himself at bay. Outside, he's been tagged up a little bit here. aliStair just sort of watching. Coolest has already found his way in, but now it's a top site. Shinobi finding the opening. Make that a second. aliStair put down. Now Keen having to try and find something. They're actually dropping towards Secret here, despite it being a top site plant. There is no kit in place, so it's a tough retake for SemperFi.
Looking to make their way back in here. Keen from heaven. Shady. Oh, should have gone and get attention earlier, but it looks like he's on the save game. Big rotation, leaving everyone else for dead. He's gone outside. I think he's still got that full Kev. Copping an 89-point goosh. And IHC, they will not be finding him, and he will be falling to the bomb explosion radius if he doesn't get a pick here. Freebie on that. And in comes the comms, in comes the shots, but Shady... he's right on out of here, falling with rate, and that'll be that. IHC taking the T-pistol here, which is a pretty potent pistol to be taking, all things considered. Nuke not necessarily known to be T-sided, but, you know, what we're getting here, there is a huge chance that it could still be T-sided, you know, with the ping gap, with the everything gap, you know, there's a lot going on.
Absolutely, there is. Lots of crazy things to consider. I think SemperFi actually should have probably the benefit, and obviously all of them playing on LAN. I don't know what IHC are doing. LAN together. aliStair, narrowly missing the head of Yami, but does get the opening damage. Rate finds Keen, but Savage also peppers him down. So this ain't a bad start for SemperFi. But there's already some positional advantage. Into Secret, Savage looking to pick up the pace and try to find Rate, but they forced him back, and now there's a little bit of confusion. This is the thing that sometimes gets SemperFi caught up. And now as they start to try to make their way out, it will be Shinobi getting the first. Great shot here from aliStair, who had a little bit of a rubbish opening series today, so he's hoping to get himself back in. And he's done some good damage there, but it already looks like they've pulled the trigger, and I think they are trying to peel away.
Yeah, I dare say the save's a good call. You go for the force, doesn't work out. And unless they can find a pick, which they're not gonna, there's no one in the vicinity, it is just going to be save territory. Everyone tucked away. And it looks like we're going to have Shady and Savage move towards Secret to hopefully get themselves some exits. In the meanwhile, look at Rate. He barely had to do anything this round, just control lobby. Wait, what? Was it a mouse bonk? Did he get scared? What have you done, Savage, mate?
I suppose the only thing that's rough here is just the fact that they don't know how low these guys are.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunate scenes. Let's have a look at where we end up here. Okay. 3 weapons saved. You don't force. I think you drop some pistols across. Yeah, okay, so someone had a deagle saved, so that's nice. No investment, King gets that. Ali's probably going to opt for the AWP, so Val, he's probably happy just to stay with the USP. You could go the P250, it has that little extra punch. Oh, he's gone 5-7. Big spender.
Alrighty. So what sort of change in pace are we going to see? They've obviously taken the save enough that they'll be buying into the fourth, but there's always the thing that does catch SemperFi a little bit. And look, being said, you know, we do have a history of slow starts on the city side of certain maps like Nuke, like Inferno. Whether it be FlyQuest, SemperFi, Yami just ripping heads off cleanly. Right, managing to find that one. aliStair in for a moment, but he does have to slot himself all the way back towards the site. Coolest has been tagged. Keen can try slot in. aliStair does get one, but he has got a hell of a lot of people wrapping around him. And now Keen doesn't have the Kevlar. Has picked up a Galil. I mean, I guess that's probably worth saving. The Deagle, the Molly. So he's just going to go walkabout. But look, let's just say that this game has started off very, very slow. And in a region where there's not really a hell of a lot of respect given back to your opponents, in the server, of course, we do need to see some kind of unwavering confidence from the SemperFi boys. If they play hesitant, play passive, you know, a bit more of an EU approach, I don't think it is going to pay off for them. You know, Keen just kind of crouch walking outside, waiting for the inevitable, where you've got hungry Mongolians running at you. And I don't blame them.
All right, into the fourth. Guns back online. AVP activated. Let's see what Ali can cook up here. Looks like he had one of the better spawns to go and try and frisky it outside. That's exactly where he's going to go. Through the glaive smoke. Yummy in the meanwhile, though. Was thinking about going aggro. Moving towards ramp there. But in the end, no one really getting too battled up except for Apis. Flash out door.
Not a bad result so far. Little back and forth. Missed shot. Not missed. Tagged up. Yami low. But what space are they going to be able to gain? Yami has been forced back away. Sort of watching the lobby push, but it isn't coming out. They're still heading secret here, Mac. And there's only just the one member in Keen down there to try and defend from Megaton.
Resmoke on door. Right. Looking to control the rotations, as mentioned. And Keen a little slow to make his way down the ramp side. Oh, disrespecting the smoke. Will catch a nice timing. And, oh, can't quite find the bomb to Shinobi. A swift trade. Yami still on the lurk. Shady running through will be traded. Or Savage even. Oh, Ali, that was such a missed opportunity. Could have saved the round. But now things get harder. Shady in the 1v2.
Yeah, that's really, really rough. aliStair posting a photo of the GR player Mediocrity, claiming himself has been playing a little bit inconsistently. I think the pressure sort of sits upon him, and, you know, this is the unfortunate reality. Like, Shady is making the right choice. Like, there is no doubt at all of that, but it's just that missed opportunity, you know, constantly playing from behind, not feeling like you're in control on the CT side is something that really, really does plague our region, and Shady will be able to connect the shot. Rate goes down, but Shinobi will likely live. And now, at the very least, they will be able to play around with a hero warp. I think it probably would be wise for them to try and fashion some semblance of a buy, but knowing these guys, they're probably going to take it a little bit smarter, pop the aliStair AWP over. Or, okay, good, I'm eating my words. They are going to dive in, because really, you've got to get off the ground as quickly as possible on this CT side. You can't let IHC keep stacking these rounds up.
Yeah, it's not really going their way, is it? IHC coming in with a very solid game plan on you. Right, just trying to find something there with the pre-fire, but nothing will be connected on. Oh, good break. That almost worked out perfectly. Yami, fortunately for him, was just tucked behind that corner. You see the bomb make its way to triple up in lobby. A site looking like it will be under fire unless they pivot to ramp. Are they going dry? I think they're going dry.
seem to be ready for it. Savage has got the molly to throw down fast. Yeah, no utility at all from outside, it would appear. Oh, God. That's the thing. You know, Savage had the right idea, but the silence is deafening. Just makes him a little bit concerned, and, well, Mac, you know what's happening, don't you?
Yeah, it's not looking good. And they've just played another series. They were fully ready, you'd think, on paper, to come into this one, another best of 3, and, you know, fight for their chance to make it to Pro League, which would be a huge achievement in the storied, or lack of storied history that SemperFi currently has. You know, they've been around for a little while, but they keep on missing out on achievements and, you know, opportunities to show what they're capable of. And look, if there's anyone I want back at Pro League, it's aliStair. Give them nothing!
My goat. Recently engaged. Congrats, King.
In my brain, I think he got, like, hacked ages ago, right, by one of the boys, and there was, like, a thing where one of them put up, like, the ring on the finger, and this was years ago, and for some reason, I know it was a joke, but in my head, it still feels like they were already engaged, you know? But also, congratulations to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Beautiful humans. But, yeah, look, as I said, they've got to put on some beautiful Counter-Strike. That's what we need to see. They've got the full buy again. You know, making the right decisions, but if you just let IHC walk all over you, they will, and they won't take their boots off. They will be muddy, and they will be stomping. Some people might like that, but it's not good to watch on the Counter-Strike. Now, Valiance. Good opening. Does get traded, but not too far away, are they? We just need to see a nice little drop-down lowers. Yes, they will already. Keen there. Opens the door. Will he be able to find one, or is he shaky? Okay, holding on. The smoke's actually going to benefit him a little bit. Doesn't quite dodge the nade. Now, Shady has to try get in position, and this is the thing. If they keep going solo, Shady spotted. Does get one, but he's by himself. It's 2. Now, Coolust, 1 versus 3. Already finds the opening kill here, Mac. And he has the bomb. They just have to wait for each other to join the party. aliStair should find a peek, and it should be okay. aliStair, you are moving, my friend. You have kicked the W key twice now. But Savage will pick up the AWP, pick up the round, and finally one on the trot for the SemperFi side.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate that, innit? Let's see if they can keep it together. But alas, you know, they won the round anyway. Money going to be a factor. You need to keep it clean if you want to get back into the half. Still a chance to net themselves 7 whole rounds. But it's going to take a flawless performance from here. And you know, IHC, they had a decent amount of cash in the tank. So one more win here might make it a bit weird. You know, you got Yami with 4.8k. So you could probably drop a rifle or 2 across. So we'll see what ends up happening in the future. But let's think about the now. Molly towards Hut straight away, suggesting maybe a faster approach towards inside, but it's outside that they've got eyes on. Ali, not smoked off. Not yet anyway. Oh,
there he is.
Weird opportunity. But Yami just walks straight into that one.
Yeah. It's a well-needed shot there for aliStair. Very important to connect onto that one. Because that's an opening. That's an advantage, and you can see there's a little bit more proactivity here. Valiance is pretty happy to sit back ramp. Doesn't need to overextend. Go forward. He's going to have aliStair pick up the support now. But it is that outside prod again. So does Shady have any help? That's going to be the question. It seems like they're still sort of sitting by top site. The double up in ramp as mentioned. 55 seconds. This is the best SemperFi have looked so far at the start of a round.
IHC playing so slow. After getting that pick, or losing that pick even, it's just put them in a weird position. Valiant's eyes on door, but it's a 2-man swing, almost a third. Oh, and it's worked way too well. Punishing the aggression, punishing the info play through trophy. With all this noise getting made, they're going to double back to
20 seconds. Yeah. Savage is here. He's ready. 15 seconds. If he can at least stop this. Coolest is going to walk straight into it. Oh, I don't think he got spotted, but is there enough time? He just needs to buy it. I think they can get to site safely. No, they can't. Run away. Run away. No. Is there time?
There's time.
I think they just got it. Yep. On. Keen. 1 versus 3. Nades up in heaven. Apis taken down. Rate swinging. They're both swinging. Coolest. Great shot. Hits it. Connects. Jeez, man. Even, this is, like, even in the moments, Mac, like the ramp push, you know, when they do the right thing, they do it together. Somehow they both just get wiped by one person.
Yeah,
and now they got no money.
Super weird. Some odd things going down for sure. And, like, yeah, they knew Savage was at door because he headbutted the flash to upwards, backwards. It was a weird one. But he did that. And then, unfortunately, just couldn't get enough of the job done. Bomb was on the ground, but 1 second in it in the end. Regardless, we'll see what's going down here. Ooh, Keen. Playing an aggressive game. Gets himself the upgrade. There is now an SMG that could be retrieved by Val, who's going to double back for that one. Attention drawn towards outside instead. Apist has been heard making his way towards the top of main, and Shady should be able to hear any cross at secret if there is audible cues. Shady's actually in, unfortunately. Oh, wait, he didn't get seen? He didn't get seen, but he got double naded and half spammed. So, great job from Shinobi to cover that one. Keen, ready for the wrap. Lovely reposition over towards CT. And this is looking dangerous now for IHC.
Yeah, a little bit. They're just going to make sure they don't overstep, don't overcomplicate things. The Molotov should flush Keen out. aliStair's also being taken quite low. Good little trade back and forth there on damage. aliStair finding the gap through the smoke on the Yami. There's the AK. This is the scrap that you need to see them lean into, right? This is not going to be a stereotypical game of Counter-Strike. There is going to be chaos, risks taken. Keen finding another. Shinobi, low, 34 points of HP. He would need the ace clutch to find this. And through credit, he will be denied. Maxing the limit will be Shinobi. And 3 alive for SemperFi. That's a nice little turn of events for the crew. But IHC still have such a lead, and they are making it really, really challenging for the Australian side. Yeah.
And, like, why does this look better? You got SemperFi, who, if SemperFi was Nomads, right, from last game, they would have forced in, and then it would have been messier, and people would have had more confidence with better weapons. But they come out of that with 3 free upgrades, you know, 2 AKs as well as the AWP carried in, which is crazy. That's a crazy turnaround in terms of the economy just for the half investment. And that's why you go for the half investment, Nomads! If you're still watching, you know, and if you're not, you know, all the best, mate. Have a good evening. Have a good Sunday.
It's a great Sunday. I've had fun. And we'll continue to have fun. But look, this is ultimately Elimination Station, right? You know, SemperFi, again, they invest a hell of a lot to come over here to Perth to, you know, dig deep in some of the events, some of the competition. They've already had to forfeit 1 CCT due to a clash, and then, you know, who knows what's kind of next if they are eliminated from this one. But Keen, back off the side, off the fake vent, doesn't have anyone to support him. They've taken so much damage, but now it's just solo peeking, solo leveling you'd want. But it's not here. It's not happening right now. Hunter Sung is not here to save you, SemperFi. It's just going to be another save. That's how many save attempts, Mac, of these rounds so far? 5? 6? I think 5 at least. Yeah,
I'd say 5's feeling like the right number. But again, look, okay. This was IHC's map pick, right? Which is why they're on the T side.
Yeah.
The confidence is feeling good for them. Like, I'm liking the structure. I just feel like they are certainly getting into positions where they're punishing SemperFi many a moment. And like Valiant's, like, you can see the online CS in these scenarios, right? Like, he's trying to hold the line. You can't do that. Like, you just can't play like that, which sucks. But can we get a tab check, by the way? I just want to check if it's like 60 ping even on both sides.
Can't remember what it was. If it's Singapore server, I think from memory, SemperFi had like 50, 55.
Yeah.
And from the previous map, IHC had about 60, so should be relatively even, you'd hope, in this matchup.
All right. Tactical out of the way. The boys are allowed to play. Fast flash for the A site lined up here for Coolest, and it is just going to be the rush out forwards. Keen, lovely anti into a mop up. Him and Shady locking it down, but Yami finding Savage on the top of site. Everything slowing for a moment as Coolest is hoping there's an overextension towards ramp side, which could open up the possibility of hitting B.
Much better so far, but they have to 100% this round now. Losing Savage is fine, but now they've just got to make sure they continue the trend upwards. So they are split here. Yami trying to find something. He's been shouldered, but this is the thing. Sharp, if it's a 1 versus 1, these guys are going to get it done. Now it's a 2 versus 2. Already losing these 1v1 engagements. It just should not be happening. Yami goes down. What is happening, SemperFi? Now they duo up the buddy system, holding hands. aliStair doesn't have the weapon to do it. He's pulled out the USP. They are playing scared. And it is showing. Now they can drop down lowers. And I know for a fact that the wise sort of decision immediately to come into aliStair's head is probably to save. But he does sit hell. He's waiting for some information. Doesn't have a kit. Does he gamble down towards the bottom site? I think it looks like he will. But again, will he even go for it?
He's thinking about it. He's having a sniff. Seeing if anyone gives him a thing. Glass still unbroken. And with that single door open, yeah, he knows the value of the AVP. And I think IHC just heard him or spotted him on the exit. They know it's the handshake. They'll happily take an 8th and try to keep their own finances sorted by keeping 2 alive. Coolest. Plenty of space between him and the bomb. Actually, wait. No, because the bomb was planted backside. Mate, you got to either get up and hope you're further away or do something else there. Either way, look, slight oversight. A little bit of extra damage to the economy, and they can buy here and mostly into the next round. Yeah, I think they're right into the next, depending on how this one goes. And SemperFi, you can't say the same thing. If they want to get 4, they need to keep it clean here or hope that they're just going to win it with pistols in the next. Oh, a bit of team damage. There you go. It helps out.
Yeah, anything helps, man. That's all we need. Alrighty. So, will we see any sort of difference, any sort of change? We're going to work for the crew. Okay, damage dealt firmly. aliStair finding Yami. And the nade, Coolest, Apis, Rate, and Shinobi. The remaining few are all peppered down low. Coolest now getting up towards heaven. Keen finds Shinobi in the process. Valiant's position, not yet known, but Keen is pretty decent. The only issue is he's completely on an island by himself. Does have the support now from Secret. aliStair is going to be joining him to try and keep watch. Dropping Rate, there it is. Okay, good damage. But do they know that Coolest is in heaven? That's going to be the question. Valiant's looking the wrong way. There's one, but aliStair will hit the shot. And they give themselves a little extra breeze behind them. But again, you know, 3 is just certainly far from a pass mark.
Final round of the half. 4 on the horizon, IHC. Pretty much everything you could ask for. Except that Tech 9 in the hands of Shinobi. But we'll see if it's fast again. This time, any more numbers going back towards outside. Glaive smoke will be thrown, but respect shown. Ali hanging around just to make sure Shady could safely cross towards the top of Secret. And I don't hate this setup. Ali's got those supportive flashes if needed. And Shady... he now has the information. I think Ali was up high, looking across the top, and lines them up. Multiple to find him, and... well, it was Ali or someone provided the spotting fire. Savage spraying through the smoke. But it is going to be Shady to fall eventually. But job should be done. But just cast your mind back to 2 rounds ago. It was a 2v4, and it was still 1, but a 1v4 is probably a bit too much to ask about. And Savage is going to close out things for the first half of Nuke. 8-4.
You're gonna have to listen to me. We're rearranging. It's time for changing. Do you hear my cry? Now's the time. I can't take it, won't take it no more. 'Cause the words you say are killing to me. You keep on bringing it down. 'Cause you like to think you're better than me. You told me I was so demanding. 'Cause I want the same as you. I asked and I begged and I pleaded. Tell me what am I to do?
Yoo-hoo! We got the second half to get to! And it's happening right here on Nuke. Sides flipped, SemperFi now on the offensive. After a bit of a lackluster CT side, and IHC just need 5 here on the defense on the CT side to close us out and take us into map 2 of the series. What was it again? Was it Inferno?
Oh god.
Brian.
No, Anubis.
Anubis. Yes, almost the same map. Don't know how I got that mixed up. That being said, Anubis may be better for them. Definitely not. Savage, going to be dinked and dealt with, trying to smack it through the molly. Upper hit, upper pop is not popping too well for SemperFi, but the hold is immaculate. Valiant's 1v3 angle, and his position has been known after taking out Shinobi. Hoping that he can be gifted some kind of isolated fight, but you can see the setup. It's just going to be a swing off of the contact. Coolest wanted to come out of the vent, but now they're thinking about some other things. Val has been quiet for a moment. There's that contact. Good crosshair placement for the first. And Coolest was in a rough position. Does move over to Heaven instead. And if Val commits to this full rotate, I like it. He might be able to pop up right behind Rate. There is a world where this 1v3 is 3 perfectly isolated battles. Oh, does he go back? Does he go? He's gone back. Oh, Val, unlucky, mate. He's just gone back to watch the bloody ladder as well.
Really rough. Could have had the timing, but it just does not quite connect. And look at this from Rate, the AUG. Okay, baby. And the MP7. Unconditional. Not the usual sort of stuff that you expect, but yeah, they've got a very, very strong looking buy. Obviously here, SemperFi will force in, 8-4, obviously, as we know, is such a tough pill to swallow. If they lose that pistol, it's always going to be rough here. So they kind of desperately need this one. Otherwise, yeah, we'll just be starting to talk about Anubis. We already were. And I don't know. It's just like a grumpy dad, watching along. We know how good these guys can be. Just got to back themselves in as they now flash through ramp. But Rate hasn't even needed to unscope. He gets 2 alongside Coolest. And Valiant, to me, look, has done some decent damage here. He'll pick up a 3rd. Okay. Round doable, salvageable, but Shady needs to join him. And this is what I mean. Shady has so much control, but so little at the exact same time because they've allowed Yami to get into that lobby position. Now, Shady's taken incredibly low. They want to try flood in together, but instead they go to top side. Shady dies solo. Now Valiant has to try and do it all by himself, Mac. They are making it so much harder than it needs to be, but that's the name of the game sometimes. Valiant is in a really, really tricky situation. He's going to be tagged up. He does the damage onto Yami, but already having Apis come through Heaven anyway. So, yeah, good round there in the end to counter from IHC. They get peppered down. They get hurt. And now I think SemperFi is going to be probably baited into a bit of a force back.
I think you have to. You got the plant down. Val can buy fully. Everyone else can get the Galils, Mac 10s online. Arguably good weapons to still use here on a map like Nuke. But yeah, you really need to turn this game around quick, smart. I guess, look, if they buy here and they win, it goes back to that theory that the CT economy should be cracked. So you still have a chance to win the game and definitely get back in. But let's see what the path is that they choose. 3 towards outside, 1 towards silo. It's going to be the fight for outers. No wall. Just guns blazing. Shinobi. Tucked away at main, ready for that wrap. And there's not actually a Heaven player for the CT. So if they do wrap yard, with the waterfall smoke, this could be a potent push. Although, look at this timing. Yami has just gone dry and dealt with Ali. It's only a scout lost, though, and Shady, in the meanwhile, is very solo fighting here. I say that, but it's keen to swing from CT up on the ledge, and the timing is favoring Valiance here. Okay, A-okay. 1v3. SemperFi. No info on Coolest, but they know that he was that Heaven player. Loved to get up on the rafters. Surely they remember. It cost him the pistol. And the Bombers going the safer route this time. The path of least resistance unknown to them.
Just got to convert now. Making sure they do it nice and slow. Clearing out the vents. As Valiance takes point all the way back down through decon. And they are buddied up. So, still dotting their I's, crossing their T's. My brain farted a little bit there. Clearly the alpha brain not kicking in yet, Mac, but they should win the round here.
I think they'll be let have this one. You look at the money. An A1 can give you a decent amount of firepower into the next. Full save, smoke, kit, flash, armor, everything you need, and more. And then, you know, the cool thing about the CT side is you still get money. So we'll see where we end up off the back of this one.
Happy days. It's 1 foot in front of the other from here, Mac.
Outside aggression, Shinobi. Looking to play over the top of Glaive. And might have a freebie onto King, but he's got a Famis. And the inaccuracy at this range is rough. He tried to block the smoke, but it's cost him an odd position. There is good info. Coming in the direction of SemperFi, but they weren't ready for Coolest. Tucked away at red. Good trade from the spacing. Keen able to make it happen from the heavens. But will fall back and group up. Ooh, Yummy. Swag at that range. Unfortunately, not as effective as he would have liked. No one close enough to suffer the fate of the shotty in their face. Shinobi, rotation back to heaven. You've got a relatively defended A site now, although it's that smoke and the rotate. To double up on ramp side. SemperFi re-aggressing outside. Playing contact, staying sneaky. And with 40 on the clock, they might walk into Apist eventually. If they take too long, there is a world where he can stop that plant and cause a little upset here. But it's up top they go. That's the call from Keen. And it's a good one. No CTs here on the site.
Still just taking their time with it though, aren't they? 15 seconds now, they will get that full plan. And you're only going to assume that IHC will take the save here. They've gambled low up. And I think they are just going to go for that slow waltz out. Already seeing Rate tucked back at big box. Alrighty, so SemperFi will go 6, but this is the thing, hey, you know, you think about what it would have potentially looked like if the slow start didn't plague them, that little bit of lacking confidence. A few save opportunities. They do give up a cheeky little AK to Apist here, which is a nice reward for the IHC side. But 4 rounds will be the difference here, Mac. Money starting to build up nicely for SemperFi. And IHC are going to have a decent looking purchase into this one as well.
Wait, have they forced again? What's the point of a Mag 7 no armor? Like, okay.
Similar to 3 coffees, no lunch.
I'll pay it. Oh, where's he playing? Okay, he's playing Hut. If he plays Hut and doesn't push into lobby, perfectly fine. I'll allow it. Oh. Keen. Sneaky maneuver. Credit setup as well as here in the garage. And there you go. You see it again. Trying to hold lines on high ping. Doesn't look too good. Ali finding rates and thinning the numbers of IHC. Shinobi tucked away at hell, but coolest. He never left spawn. Just denying the full wrap. Timing as well is looking pretty phenomenal. IHC, they're bringing this back, Mitch.
They're so split, Mac. Look at them. They're all over the shop. They're playing a pug by themselves. Keen. At least sharp. Savage solo. Keen crosses onto the... This is the thing. This is the issue. Bomb dropped outside. Shinobi found. But Savage has to hit the shot, and he does. But my God. They're stressing themselves out. Like, again, this is the thing. T-side, the whole thing is clumping together, making moves around the map. But you had Keen at the bottom of Annex, Savage on top site somewhere, and then someone else like over ramp way. Everyone's playing their own game, and that needs to stop.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if they can make these micro adjustments. They are winning some rounds, which is, you know, a positive. Ali hoping for a pick, won't find it. Is this HE going on towards top default? Yeah, nice read.
Ooh,
was that
like
double?
That.
Yeah, it was double. I think one just whiffed a little bit. But that could have been a free pick, so... Love that. Big shot out of Shinobi. Good couple of bits of damage. Ali as well. I believe he got that leg. Or hit him through the concrete, maybe. Either way, he's living. And he's here. 3-man set up at ramp. IHC looking to set their sights towards the lower bomb site. Bit of noise made going past the vent there. You could see Yami, or Apist, whoever that was in the vent, was a little hesitant to go down the ladder just in case. Shinobi on low points of health, just up on the rafters. In a good position to deal with the single door push. Swings off the back of it, good damage, but there's already more numbers coming down. Shady not ready for the wraparound on top, and it's looking damn good for Rates, getting 4 so far. And the man's on for the ace. 40 seconds to find it.
And Savage is, well, already in spawn. Like, you know, the idea is always good. Like, looking for the rotation, trying to pinch it off. But if the rest of your team's already dead, it is a roughie. Money is good. That's the only sort of benefactor here. Not the same could be said for IHC, but with 4 alive, that's a massive result. Raid will drop over for Shinobi, you would assume. And they get the ball rolling a little bit further. So this game is still close, Mac. It's still... I'm not going to say anyone's game. You know, SemperFi still has a massive uphill battle ahead of them. But, you know, it's not impossible for them to turn this around. However... IHC now only 2 rounds away, and that will definitely put a bit of a kick back in the confidence.
Tactical for SemperFi. Understandable. Just getting single-handedly picked by a Mongolian running around on the rafters. It's just such a... It's such an awkward fight to take. You know, when you're coming at single door, you think you're safe going over towards Australia's side. But then you go for that swing out, you go for the wrap, and, you know, he's already repositioned as well, putting himself back behind the clock, back behind default. Too much cover to play around. And it's just that, you know, verticality of the situation sometimes just throws you off as well, because he can be right above you, he can be over to your left, to your right. You just really need to try to focus in those moments. And sometimes the sound gets lost in the source, lost in the comms. Another opportunity though. And SemperFi looking like we are going to have Ali throwing a later diag wall. Oh, Savage. Ready for the first, but not that second man playing close. There's going to be a chance to deny that lobby control, although CTs, they give it up, they smoke it off, they're happy with the 1-for-1, and in the meanwhile, you've also lost Shady somewhere.
Just another untradeable duel there. Keen dropping in, you know, has the right timing, but they just hit the shots again. This is kind of the first of two nails in the coffin, I would say. If IHC are able to bring this one through, it would have to be something pretty phenomenal. aliStair, I don't think he was spotted, but obviously Valiant's giving away a little bit of information. He has managed to wrestle his way into heaven, or about to be at the very least. He has a bit of a sniff around first. Nothing in hell, nothing up heaven that he can see, so now he's just going to make the call, because Valiant is likely going to have to go through the annex, so they're going to have to pop together. There is a little bit of utility, but do they want to throw that in, or do they just go for this? Coolest is already tucked well and truly in. It's just perfect setting up right here for IHC. aliStair has to hard clear down low. He looks for fake vents, which is the common sort of angle to peek for. And I think Shinobi's ready. He's got a little itch that he wants to scratch, and he's going to find another frag. One of the two nails that I mentioned. And it's going to be very, very hard for them to break through that coffin, that casket, if IHC are looking to put him 6 feet under in this round.
I see it happening, honestly. I feel like IHC are just getting away with a lot more so far this map. SemperFi, unfortunately, it just feels like a recurring trend over the weekend where you just see them, unfortunately, getting a little lost, you know, and it feels like it's disjointed, you know, moments like that as well. Savage just jiggling, gets deleted, not able to stay alive long enough, but we see two trades come back and start to crack open the A site. They know where the Tempest is. The AK, though, can bang a bunch of damage out, and also the player at Heaven has entered the fray. It's a 1v1 now. Keen, he's worried, he's looking, and he's trying to get the AK back in hand, but it's all for naught. Rate, another beautiful display from up above. 20 and 9 for him, 13 to 7, and IHC are going to successfully convert their map pick and put it in the back pocket. Will we see a reverse sweep? Will we see a 2-0? Let's find out after the break. Back a Pro League, or like over one of the stages of Pro League or something like that. So there's just like, there is just a lot going on in the next couple of months, and blink and you'll miss it. There's just going to be too much going on. Everyone's going to be busy, and the next major's there in November, into December, and
all
just
up
like
in
that,
your face.
the year's over. Like, it's actually crazy. Okay, tell you what else is crazy. We get to see some Counter-Strike. Everybody, hold your horses. Whoa, keep calm, keep calm. All right, keep calm. It's going to be a great game. All right, get excited when things happen. Let's go.
What was it? The wee woo from Carrigan? I can't remember who started that, but wee woo. We've got Counter-Strike. You're exactly right. Spot on. Biff, baff, bosh. IHC looking to 2-0 this one. And SemperFi looking to just hold on to their competition. Moving on in. Gonna hold the cross. And they basically just let him in for free. So going for the full retake here on the B site. Mac, as it's a 1-for-1 so far.
Shinobi getting right up in the grills here with the Glock. Oh, okay. Ali able to deal with him. Put them in a good position to go for the retake, but he's gone solo. No trade potential just yet. Push through the smoke ain't working. And Yami's going to be able to find another head, but he's got to do it all himself, and he won't be able to. Plenty of time to get the defuse off. And SemperFi, a better start to the second map here on the CT side of Anubis.
They did it. They traded it out. They made things work, and yeah, that's definitely a happy start here for SemperFi. You know, CT-sided pistols don't come our way too often, especially not on a map that is a little bit more heavy on the T side, you'd say. And I do like that from SemperFi. In the end, it works out well for them. They do open up the B site, let everyone in, but then they move very, very quickly on that retake. So, well done. It's a good leg up. But IHC, obviously, off the back of that plant, they've got the buy, they've got the Galils, they've got the AK in the hands of Coolest. Let's see what happens.
Pump up mid. Oh, Keen, mate. Oh, there's more there. There's not just one. What are you doing? Okay, the MP9. Able to maybe save the day. Savage playing off the back of it. And the crossfire at mid has saved the round. Yes, it will. Got a little bit more frisky than it needed to. Keen, that was... I don't know if... Maybe he didn't see the players that were really close to him. He saw someone further back about to set him up, but didn't realise. But, yeah, that was a unfortunate little mistake. Made it a bit more costly than it needed to be. But 2 in a row. And IHC, off the back of the Force, are going to just get a couple of deagles in the mix.
They've done it. Nice little return. SemperFi holding on. Only down to the pistols here for IHC. Little pea shooting gallery. Down towards the bottom of the stairs. He does get one onto Shady. Would you say pretty happy with the trade out? Keen. Oh, I do not like that. There is not really much of a reason to walk in dry. I don't know. Valiant, bro. Valiant didn't even have a flash. So Keen has done that solo. Now Savage has to go for the fight here. Completely solo again. And dropping down, he's getting a little bit over aggressive. He should take Shinobi here, but then he's got to be careful of his back. As Yami is still making his way through mid. Savage spotted, getting the shot. Valiant now has to clutch, and he should never be in this position. This is the easiest round that SemperFi should have been finding, but they just fall apart. They lose the fundamentals and just start making these crazy decisions.
Yeah, it's weird out here. Let's see what ends up happening. Val's been in this position a couple of times with, you know, mixed results, mixed success. And he's in the best position to win this round. You have to say it. Noise made, he's close. Oh, and the incendiary is space enough for him to get behind it. All the way to pillar. Freebie on the first and has a read on the second man, surely. A little worried. Reloads. HE to play with, but no real cover. No kit. Late tap. And Coolest is just straight up not believing in that at all. Can he even hear it? He's not moving. He's not moving. He hasn't heard the tap. What? Are his balls that big? That's crazy.
Yeah. I think big.
I think big.
Just gonna start grunting at this point. That's a blunder, to say the least.
Stair smoke thrown by SemperFi. Looking like we will see some aggression. Eyes on from Val, who gets smoked off. And SemperFi a late pop after the mollies. They're flashed, they're worried, but they're not going to see any action. So initially, in comes the late contact. Keen's just running at them. Oh my lord. Gets in behind enemy lines. There is going to be someone in dark, though, which has now been found. Valiance not quite ready for the aggression, and Ali just wants to live to buy time for the rotations. Worried about his position on the back of sight, and will get mollied into an odd spot. Spraying Apist, able to find one before falling. And Ali's doing a fantastic job to isolate all these fights. Molly going all the way to the back of sight, but he's still able to live. Unfortunately for Savage, he was unable to help him out. 2 points of health and an awkward angle means he is mincemeat. 1v1, Keen against Coolest, and that HE's chunked him right on down. Coolest, couple of bullets would do it, but the headshot's found, and Keen nets a third.
Oh, man. My poor heart. It's getting tugged on. The heartstrings are being played. Oi, oi, oi. That is a massive turn of events here. And yeah, you can just see the immediate tactical timeout to come through from the side of SemperFi. They want to cool down as quickly as possible. They'll think about it. They'll see what they can do, what the next steps are going forward. But yeah, geez, man. Again, all over the shop, but Keen, the hero, takes him through.
They're just whisking across some of that utility. Trying to figure out where specifically they want it placed. Flash in. Coolest was looked ready, but flicked right off him. HE placement's okay. Two-man setup as well from the top of mid. Makes things a little awkward. Yummy realizing he has to be still lurking around here somewhere. Defensive smoke tossed. And Keen even, again, he is just loving this aggression over towards water. Really trying to put the team on his back with these openings, as well as closings, you know. With the two-man advantage, you can see that SemperFi are incredibly happy just to slow things down. Well, I say that. Valor's still jiggling B main. They're still hunting for info everywhere. Confident Counter-Strike.
That's what you want. Confidence is such an unironic discussion point. Getting in your own head obviously makes the game a little bit more challenging, but IHC have parked up. They seem to have frozen in time for now. Shinobi might be able to get the pick onto Savage here. Does spot him out. That's a great catch. aliStair, though, there you go. Just no holds barred, straight out there. Shady gets the info onto Rate. The Molotov close does make it a bit tricky, but they've got time. They've got space. They don't need to overinvest into this. They can just wait for the rotation to come through. aliStair now here, has the AWP. They can go on in, and look at this. This is the confidence. Where was this SemperFi in the previous map, Mac? aliStair 8 and 3. The shoulders have dropped. They've been rubbed. And yeah, this is a fantastic start, but obviously still a lot of the game to go. They are trending in the right direction, but will it keep continuing? And now a reset economy here for IHC.
All right, 2-3 split. Looking just to default this one up for IHC. And again, Keen happy just to keep on showing aggression off the back of that T-Stair smoke. I'm loving it. It's confident, it's beautiful, and it's Latvian. Him and Shady mopping it all up. Valiant as well, just swinging in. And I feel like something's changed in that break. You know, the boys have found a newfound confidence. Maybe Nuke's just not their map. Maybe that's what it was. But look at this. Domination. Aggression on the CT side. This is actually how I personally like to watch Anubis played, right? Full confidence. You want to go for that water control. You want to be fighting for B main control. Pick one or the other and go for it. And SemperFi are doing it all in like every one of these rounds.
The game finally starts, and it certainly has been moving in the right direction. But what do we see now? This is really the meat and potatoes now, Mac. The full buy. IHC's got a pretty decent belt of utility behind them. They're just going to set their sights outside A. Keen's already being tagged up pretty heavily as well. No one prodding over towards the side of B just yet. A flash in from Shinobi to try and get some additional space. Apist actually does manage to find that one. Shady drops Coolest, but Rate finds him in the trade as well. So the advantage well and truly going the way of IHC here. A fadeaway. Rate finding another. They've completely picked them apart here. And now aliStair, the pressure goes on to him entirely, but he's not even going to hit the shot. Yami with the fadeaway, and that is the IHC that was beckoning in the previous map. Looking fantastic to get their second round.
Better late than never. And still a chance to edge into the lead if they keep it flawless here. And start to feel themselves. But SemperFi able to buy up once more. But not after that. So keep your eyes on this space. Could be getting awkward real quick for SemperFi. If they don't find a convincing round here. Con smoke through. IHC not quite ready. Apist, yeah, he's seen it eventually. Little cheeky ammo pack poking around the corner. And that flash just unfortunately came in too little, too late. Coolest taking names. And that aggression that we were talking about is just getting punished now. IHC, suns out, guns out, at the ready for everything SemperFi are throwing at him.
2 picks, just caught lacking. Again, not really any opportunity kind of set up for a trade. And I think you can already start to see that they are peeling away. Side control has only kind of just been taken towards B. I think they're now trying to reposition. They've turtled up inside mid. The bomb's still heading its way towards B slowly. And Rate is yet to clear out A. So SemperFi have got the middle of the map. They're just kind of waiting for some semblance of a reaction. Kit in the hands is Shady. Not really any money, but they're looking the wrong way as well. So you'd hope that they are just checking these angles and hoping for some sort of run in, but Rate's going to ignore mid in its entirety. And this is a very, very strange round to be coming out in front of us.
Good shot. And less of a chance at the save. Savage, similar position, hunting for a bit of vengeance. He lives. And I think they both will, although you can see on the map there's a slow crunch coming on towards mid. Numbers coming from everywhere. Flashback towards mid side. Savage. Ooh, the pop's not as good as he may have thought. Tucked into the corner and hoping he can live, but I dare say you ain't gonna get that shot. Not when the bullet's coming at you from Shinobi.
So that's what's just a little rough, like sitting inside mid all 3 and then I guess trying to save or play some exits or something like that, but by doing so, there's just no pressure on IHC. They can just completely overwhelm and SemperFi go down in the end anyway. So I'd like to see just some sort of pressure applied as opposed to giving up all this space. You know, 2 opening picks where players are throwing utility or dry peeking and just not really kind of getting a chance to play the round. It was very, very similar to what we saw at the very beginning of Nuke, where obviously SemperFi starting on that city side. So they've managed to get themselves 5 rounds here, Mac, and now that they've taken the pause, they've used their second timeout, they're not going to be able to buy here. Shady has invested into a handful. But what are they going to do with it? Where are they going to take it? Are they going to be able to trade it, pick it back up? That's what I want to see.
IHC keeping it basic, and this HE will get value. That's good value. Tags them all up. The coolest to bowl them over. Shady at range. Isolated a couple of fights now, and the 1v3 angle is on. He'd have to ace it on 3 HP, which sounds like a big ask, and that's because it is. But Shady, if you look at the map, has an opportunity to actually find 3 different isolated fights, and if he gets the jump on all of them, there's a world. There's a place in the multiverse.
I think he's gonna sit still in beach and just wait, but I would like the former. Do we call that nade just super unlucky? I think we do.
It's just it's a common nade. It was just the timing.
It is common, yeah. Yeah, unlucky timing. They had the right idea is the main point there. Yeah, not even an opportunity to save, but the full buy to come through. aliStair will go for the glass cannon. And their utility is okay.
Swimming with the Crocs. Actually, I'm going to give myself a geography lesson. Where's the Nile? I know it's in Egypt, but
yep.
Like I'm not that far from Egypt and like Africa, so I just want to check.
True. Yeah. There's a guy in the chat that's been just talking about seals the entire time for like the last couple of hours, and I respect the hell out of it. I wonder if he knows about more sea life. Can you find seals in the Nile? Unlikely.
Yes, there's a long ass river. I'm following it. It's not really that close. It's kind of like what's the Gulf called? What's that thing? The channel?
Well, no. Nah.
You know what I'm talking
where
about?
the Evergreen got stuck, right?
Yeah, where
That
the
trading path.
trading route between Cairo or just down through Cairo, like over near Israel.
Yeah, someone in chat will know that.
What's this called? I'm zooming in on it.
Suez Canal.
What is it?
Is it the Suez Canal? Am I right?
Suez Canal. Oh, I can see it. No.
Look at this timing now, Mac. They're out. Yammy's found Valiance. I don't know if they'll be ready for more. Oh, man, they're just dry peeking. They had the advantage. Keen, though, gets the further opportunity. The nade dunks onto Yammy. Okay, now they just need to sit still. Bomb, very separated. aliStair finds Shinobi. Much better round, but still not done. 30 seconds. Keen is low. And Rate is definitely heading over towards B. It looks like Keen is actually choosing to fall away. Probably the wiser decision. They're just going to gamble stack, play the trifecta, and go for this retake. They've got no kits, so they'll have to be quick with it. But looks like Rate is going to try and clear out everything else. Oh, Keen! I mean, look, time. It's all good. He's made the right call there. 6-4. Have you worked it out?
No, I can't see the name of it. It's like Suez or something.
Yeah, Suez Canal.
Suez Canal? Oh, yeah, it was probably just
Yeah.
a Suez Canal then. Hell yeah, love that. Oh, that's the Red
Yeah,
Sea.
the ship that...
There you go.
The ship that, like, turned on the side and interrupted, like, $1 billion worth of global trade.
Yeah, that thing. Silly buggers. Can't park there, mate.
You seen the compilation of just Australians driving past people saying, you can't park there, who have crashed?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent stuff. Okay, they're moving quick here, Mac. Straight into A main. Apis has been taken low. Savage pulling away. Again, there seems to be a level of hesitance. Good molly, floods Savage away. But they aren't going for it just yet. They're going to sort of keep track. But the utility set is really chipping SemperFi down.
Yeah. Alright, full creep up. 4-man pump. Through Con. Into Valiant, who's only got a HE and an A1. So that's 20 bullets and a HE. That's not even 30 bullets and a HE, but he also has the element of surprise, at least for the first pick. Will be able to try and fall away, but that's a long sprint. That's like a 50-meter run, and you're not making it that far in that little time. 4v4, though. And a lot of opportunity for SemperFi to complete the retake. Beautifully timed and placed smoke towards CT. Ali might be able to boost someone up to try and look for an angle. Keen on the flank. If he wins this, that makes it awkward for IHC. But again, time is ticking and it's getting further and further away from the round. Keen going to be able to find that one on the flank. But in the meanwhile, going through this CT choke is just too undoable. I was going to say indomitable. It's formidable. It's a lot of things. But I'll tell you what, it's not.
Abominable snowman.
It's not SemperFi's round, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. That's a toughie. Because they were doing the right things over towards A. They finally did clear out A main, but by the time they actually sort of picked up the pace to try and rotate after having the 4-man stack over that side, Valiance was already engaging in the duel. And could only get one and done. So SemperFi do have to give up the GOAT here. And they've got another opportunity. Look, all things considered, still not a horrible half. IHC have taken a little bit of time to get rolling. Could have definitely been a bit of a stronger one for SemperFi. They've certainly made a few more mistakes that IHC have capitalized on. And they'll continue to do so as they shift sides.
Insend down. Shady. Spraying around. 2's pretty good, given the situation. And SemperFi trying to figure out how to play the man advantage. They've fully given mid. King going on a passive rotation back to CT. You've also got B main control, and Ali still worried that it could be a drop back and push towards the B side. But he's looking for it. And Savage. Now is the helping hand of Keen, who's made his way back over towards Heaven. There must have been a call. Like, Savage is so worried that there's someone coming through A main. But that ain't happening. IHC, the mid-round call. Group up, contact in from CT. And Ali's now looking what could be the right direction. He's got the pillar to play around. And Valiant will find him. I think there's the info on both those members. And off the back of that, 40 seconds. Keen just wants to live here. Needs to be in a position to pivot to either side. And this is looking like it should be unwinnable for IHC.
Ooh. Timing little paw there. I think they got some info. aliStair's actually had to sit in the molly. And now they have to flush in to try find Savage. Keen did well to keep them interested. And Savage is going to play the off angle. Rakes Keen for it, and he gets the info. Oof. Savage has done well to at least find one there, but it is going to make it a tough retake. We can definitely see Coolest clutch this out. Will be a 1v3 angle. Keen is already starting to make the footsteps. Coolest surely going to hear him tapping away. aliStair a long way away. They have to make sure they go together. They haven't. They've gone the 1-to-1. This is the problem. Individual Counter-Strike will not net success unless you are in the clutch. Now, aliStair knows he's low. Creeping all the way around. Has the kit, and he's in Oblivion. He's done it, but it was close. It was stressful. But it is a 7-5 half in favor of SemperFi. That's a massive turn of the tides for them. Will they be able to continue to tick it as the ping's high for them? There you go. Find out after the break.
What's up, gamers? We got a second half of Counter-Strike here on Anubis, and IHC managed to claw their way back to 7, which is a fantastic affair. Given the situation, SemperFi, look, getting 7 themselves was good, but you got to remember that was, what, a 5-0 start? And then IHC was able to turn it back around, find a little streak of their own. But here we are in the second, and anything could happen. If you've been watching this game as well, we're all hyping here, we're all actiony and crazy and swingy, and yeah, that's what we're doing.
We doing. We hearing. And definitely not fearing the rest of this map. Look at the control that IHC have already been able to establish. I think they're relatively informationless until now. I think we did see a spot of the Tootsies over. I like this split that they're going for, but obviously there's a fair bit of control that they've actually got to overwhelm. I think we're seeing Valiants try to spot some additional information, but Yammy's already there. Rates found one to deny the site. Yammy drops Valiants, and it's just an absolute whitewash. aliStair left completely solo, and what do you even do here? I think he's just extending the inevitable. Surely not a minute to save the smoke, aliStair.
No. You go for the rotation further away, so if anyone's at top mid, they don't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. Create the space. Hide those footsteps and still get a little closer. Crosshair placement. Good for the first, and it looked good for the second. But the bullet's just going everywhere. Such is online Counter-Strike, and that is going to be 6 on the board. IHC one away from tying things up here, and SemperFi. No plant means no real investment. They're going for heavy util on Savage and King. Maybe they got an idea of what they want to do.
Single D for aliStair, and then, yeah, that's all she wrote. It's not often you'll see rounds like this secured, so maybe they're just trying to get that little fight in for the bomb plants. Make it all work. Made to slow them down. They haven't really picked up a hell of a lot here, so yeah, Keen and Savage clearly have some sort of idea. Looks like it should very well be an A-side hit, I guess, from where they're leaning from at this point in time. Savage has got some utility to fake over towards B, maybe. Yeah, they're just going to creep into main. They do get it for free. It's a quick flash up. They've already made a lot of sound. Molotov to keep them at bay. And look at this rotation already from Yammy as well. He's got so much control of the Suez Canal. Hopefully, no global trade will be stopped there.
Ooh. Woo. There is going to be a global trade from Ali, though. Big shot coming through. Oh, and in the corner. I don't hate this from... Oh, okay, I hate it now. I hate it now, but it's worked. MP7 swinging, getting 2 out of nowhere, catching him with util in hand, and Savage has dry pushed the smoke into his death and won't be able to cover Ali to get that bomb down. So, unfortunate scenes. It got messy, it got gross, but no bomb plant means no extra money for SemperFi into the next. So, you might see Savage go down to something a bit lackluster, or, ooh, actually, they're just letting the utility be thin. Let's see what the game plan is here.
Gonna have to try fight the good fight with limited opportunity. Rely on the aim, which has definitely been favoring IHC. You know, they've been super sharp. Outside the side of B, no trades, no duels. Just the Molotov, and they are going straight in. Oh, that is not good at all. They're hot under the collar. Shady does get one, but yeah. Nothing really needs to be said, does it?
No, I think the gameplay speaks for itself there. Ooh, timing. But timing? Okay, there's the pick. That's the A player. That's a plant. That's a chance. Does he risk it?
Where does he set the post plant? That's the thing.
For heaven.
Oh, okay. Get aggressive?
Yeah, I don't hate it. I like what IHC are doing, though. All three together, looking to play the trade game. Ali in this spot.
Yeah.
He hears him.
Oh, how aggressive does he play? He's going to walk straight in. Whoa. A valiant effort is all I'll say. But how simple, Mac. IHC, all three go together. One dies, then there's 2 to trade. How good?
Yeah, it was a good affair. It was also, you know, again, it's just one of these things. When you're on 100 ping, you just can't hold lines. Like, you can't really expect that to work when you hold a line there. Maybe the idea was to get one and do something else, but yeah, I don't think you expected all three to come from that position. That being said, yeah, it's an odd one, it's a weird one, and it didn't work out. But yeah, IHC, good spacing, able to trade. It's a good looking Counter-Strike at the end of the day, and that's what we are here to watch. Is the better team win.
Definitely so. And the better team currently is IHC, holding onto that lead. Again, if you have just joined us, scoreline of the previous map of Nukes, 13-7 in favor of IHC, and that includes a little bit of a late resurgence from SemperFi. So now, this off angle, Yami watching it. Flash over the top. No, just the smoke. But do they walk out before it? No, they don't. They keep clean. Or maybe not. Keen will be denied, but aliStair does afford himself with the trade. Shady going down to the process, or very low. Apis actually managing to pick that one up onto aliStair. A little unlucky, but now it's a very awkward one. Valiant doesn't exactly have the weapon in the right spot. Savage gets the spray through it. Scrappy. Apis, he's through. What is going on? Apis just straight through in towards main. Was is das? Shady does get the trade back, and now they've got the bomb, I suppose, is the only real main benefactor here. But Valiant has, again, a Deagle, some hopes and dreams, and already we're seeing Coolest drop into Canals. Does he get caught on the cross? I think he does. The pre-fire, so ready for it, but I think he's managed to slip the net. But what does Valiant do? He actually pauses, and he's... what is happening? Okay.
They're overcooking so many of these things. Like, he was trying to go back. I think whoever that was with him, it was Ali, was saying he's got a timing maybe, was going to try to take B, but the CTs were both still there. And now it's a Deagle to clutch for Valiance.
Oh, Valiance. Old Valiance from Order 2019. He could do this. Don't know if it goes that far back. Maybe it does, but... Molotov does miss the mark on the line. Nah, it's so hard, you know, like, again, you've got IHC literally holding hands. One hand in each other's back pocket, going as a unit. Makes it next to impossible to react to, really. So I don't blame Valiance there. And the issue with all of that, right, like, there was 4 weapons up for SemperFi, and out of all 4, Valiance was unable to pick up any of those dropped AKs / Galils, so... Aye.
I think this is the other thing as well, is like the protocols of a team like IHC, who is from Mongolia. Like, yeah, they got their own local circuit thing going on, but a lot of these Mongolian players just play on, like, the Eastern European servers on Faceit and just rock on, like, 100 ping, 80 ping, 60 ping, depending on which servers they're able to get. And that's not a place you really want to find yourself against. You know, teams that are experienced at just constantly playing on a higher level of ping, and then you yourself... not necessarily feeling it when you're pushing triple digits and you're not used to it at all.
Nah, for sure. And I suppose, you know, Mongolian CS at this point in time is in a bit of resurgence. And they've just got the passion in there right now to make everything that they want out of it. And Rate, he has been seriously hitting some shots. Does drop down Keen if he finds a second here. There's just, again, another 1 versus 1. Rate getting away with that is just murder. Savage does trade out Coolest, but he's taken down very, very low in the process. Has to drop the weaponry. And now Shady just watching to see if there will be any push on the other side. Shinobi, I think, sniffed him out. So he should very well get caught here. They're both creeping up at the exact same time. He drops one. It's Scrappy, but Yami does get that trade back. aliStair and Savage now having to do it by themselves. We do have one person tucked in the corner. That'll be Apist, and Savage is just going to meet his maker here. So it's a great shot. Can he hit the second? aliStair, no! Apist gets the crouch, gets the opportunity, and denies aliStair of the clutch. It is starting to look grim, Mac.
Yeah, starting to look grim indeed. It's rough out here if you're a SemperFi fan, but you can see it. Like, you can see it. IHC, they're so used to going for these pre-fires, going for these trades, and you even mentioned it as well, like the spacing towards those A main picks that Rate was finding. There was just no one there to even attempt to go for trades, given those situations. So you can tell that there's something going on. SemperFi are feeling disjointed. Maybe they're thinking a bit too much. Maybe they just got to hit the old Neanderthal button and just, you know, turn the brain off, do a bit of swinging, bit of shooting. And sometimes that can go a long way in a game like Counter-Strike 2. Keen seems to be, you know, getting that. He was doing it a lot in the first half, you know, brain off, just push, 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 fight, fight, fight. And that was working. And the second half, they just haven't really had that opportunity. They're not allowed to play their game.
Yeah. And just, I suppose, having a couple of members, you know, underperforming too. Like, it's no fault of Valiance and Savage, right? But, you know, when you've got a bit more of an even playing field coming out from the side of IHC, where pretty much everyone, Shinobi's having a slower one, but, you know, everyone else is still sort of lifting their game. And you can just see it there. Keen completely caught on an island. No opportunity for a trade or anything along those lines. Obviously, it is only a bit of a half buy, a bit of a motley purchase in. So now they start to march their way out onto this site of A. They've already got a few members here. They are going to try and afford themselves with the bomb plant, but Rate's already found one. No plant coming in. They're too far back. Savage gets one, but it's immediately traded. And like every single member of IHC is here just to wash away the SemperFi offense. And, yeah, I think hopes are now looking pretty low. This is their last really good opportunity. The AWP will be dropped over for aliStair. They've got no tactical timeouts for Kingfisher to whisper sweet somethings in their ears either.
Odd flight to take again. This time, the T's will win their openings. And now, we got a two-man advantage. How do we play it? How is it played? Coolest, obviously, going to get a little aggressive to try and find some way back into the round. And he might have just found that. 1-3 splits if the patience comes through. But Keen's just going to dry swing solo through a smoke. And now there's another dry swing solo through a smoke from Shady.
Are they all going to go out to the site together at least? Coolest has fallen back through Temple, but... Okay, yes. That is the answer. They found their place and their space. aliStair will get the plant. Surely just drop back into Con and have a little bit of a watch. Great pre-aiming there from Valiance. And yeah, Rate will walk away, but... Oh man, they are making it hard for themselves. Is it doable?
Nah.
Still got heaps of money, IHC. Like, it's just such a tall order, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be hard for sure. And I don't know how long SemperFi can keep it up, but it's good to see that they're able to at least find around here and there. Quite important for them. Money looking good with 3 surviving. IHC. This is the breaking point. So if they lose this one, there's more of a chance for SemperFi to maybe at least draw things up towards 11. And if you know me, I love to get ahead of myself and theorize what could and couldn't happen. We've just seen so much Counter-Strike recently. And IHC, they've seen this one before as well. Or posted on Con. Yummy doesn't really want to be swinging into that one.
Still split. Just goes for the re-smoke. Too much to write home about, except for the fact that Keen has afforded another early solo death. And they're leaning into it so hard, IHC. You know, they know they're getting away with these solo duels. And they're able to out-aim pretty much most of the time. And that's, you know, part of, I guess, this ping conversation that we are having to have. But we don't have the full clarity on who's playing on what. We can only speculate from what we've seen kind of in that post-match screen. So, Yami trying to get onto the line. He'll throw out a HG. He's not really going to do too much else to pepper down only aliStair. Valiance gets up close and personal, though. He's been dumped down. Coolest does find one. He's taken very, very low in the process, though. aliStair also feeling it, and he's just kind of been taken out of contention here. Shady and Savage to try and hold on to whatever's left, and it's going to be awkward when that smoke fades. Just one. Savage has to clutch now in this 1v3. Rate knows where he is. He will connect on to the first. A clutch is an opportunity. Mac, if he wins this, it could give him the emotional boost that he needs. The flash goes in, but they're both so low. Coolest looking to tap onto it. He just needs to hold on. There's the damage. Low HP. He crouches.
Time.
Oh, no. It might be... Yeah, he's got the kid. He's fine. Oh, Savage, man. My heart breaks for you. Crouching under the AK spray, man. Diabolical from IHC.
Yeah, diabolical is a good way to put it. Well, what's next? SemperFi at least had the money to buy up again. But unfortunately for them, there is no room for error. Ali boosted across the top, missed opportunity on the flick, and they know that the AWP is back online. Shinobi playing close, but Valiance wins it this time. Shadow seen and shot at, but nice little lock on. And Coolest going for the super passive rotation all the way through beach to storage to double up on A. But SemperFi with the numbers game, slowing it back down, placing Ali at mid to try and cut off any aggressive rotation. And this is a great read from IHC.
Oh, there we go. Keen finding a very, very important opening duel here. Just got to make sure they clear out Apist. He has got one, but there's the shot from Savage. Shady also doing it. They've set themselves up to trade, but Rate... Oh, Rate, he could deny. aliStair's so far away. Shady low. If he can slip the net here, he might be able to deny it, but he overlooks the corner. And we go again. 3 rounds now, the difference. IHC have a handful of map points, but man, look at that economy, Mac. It's pretty broken.
Things you hate to see. If you are one of the many Mongolian fans watching along. But these 5-7s still have a lot of bite with that bark. Oh, pushing through. What's going on? Apist apparently has fallen there. Smoke gets broke at a nice timing. Flash is good, but Rate still able to find one, and Shinobi swings off the contact. The mid stack is beautiful for IHC. It's brought it to this 3v3. And SemperFi are playing slow. Ali just looking to doggy guard the couple of primary weapons there at mid window. I think it's a pretty solid decision for SemperFi to all group up here. And they know that there's some 5-7s in the mix. Like, I know they're trying to stay sneaky, but they seem to be aware of your position anyway. And I don't know if the AKs are going to matter, but it would be nice if they throw them out of the map.
All they got to do is just go together, Mac. I think that's the main thing, right? You're exactly right. They should know exactly where they are here, IHC. They've already got the level of awareness. Shinobi's already walked all the way through A. And they are doing the right thing. They're clearing out all their corners, all their angles. Valiant's finding a little bit more control towards CT. So they're A-okay. They're going to find the plant, and it is going to be a retake. But this round would be so rough for them to lose on. I suppose the only round that could be worse is potentially if they lose to the USPs in the next, if they're unlucky enough. But I think very well IHC may look to save this. Yep. That'll be it.
I don't think it's the worst decision.
Not at all.
Buy yourself some life moving towards the future. I think the big problem for me is I feel like no matter what happens here, like Hotu may just dome everyone in both games tomorrow. Might just be one of them situations. have to be
no
proven
team
wrong.
has really looked strong enough to kind of deny Ho2, have they?
Yeah. We'll see what we get at round 23. SemperFi round after round are starting to make this one happen. And there's those AKs I was talking about left at mid. You can see they've been managed to be carried across to the next round. And SemperFi enough to buy into the final round of regulation. So that's the stock take done and dusted. Now it's all about the round. SemperFi expecting some kind of aggression. Cheeky flash from Shady to put them on the con line, but there's no CTs there. And IHC gambling towards A this time, and it's not a bad gamble right now.
Yeah, it's looking real good. SemperFi don't seem to have their eyes set anywhere specific, though, at this point in time. They are a little hesitant. Smoke over towards mid to try sell some sort of semblance of a informational play, but right now it's just Valiance. Has a spot into main, sees nothing. Now it does look like they are going to start rotating their way back towards the site of B. And that will be the choice, because Apist has nada, just a 5-7. And as I said, a gentle breeze should blow this man over. Using their utility, they've made the right gamble. This should be all 24 rounds taken right here, right now. Apist, they've just got to take him down. They do, and IHC will absolutely save this and just start thinking about the next round. We are going all the way.
Unicorn round. Oh, actually, no. Apis did fall. No chance at an exit. IHC. Just having a boys' night in storage. And SemperFi happy just to go back to where they know is clear. And it's going to be a rough one for both sides. Moving into the next round. Everyone bringing everything they can and more. Apist or Shinobi can definitely drop across and get as much utility in this as possible. Surely, no, coolest. Still a flash. Drop your gun. Yep, thank you. Much better utility. The power of math and teamwork. Love to see it. It's satisfying. And SemperFi trying to find some satisfaction of their own by securing overtime.
Would be quite a monumental feeling, really, after playing from so far behind here. Had to throw a few on the trot to get to this position, and it would be gut-wrenching to have another opportunity thrown by the wayside. They felt it in the upper bracket, where they lost 13-11 after a pretty good crack on a comeback against the Nomads, but here they are. Smoke in the window, Shinobi straight through, denied. That's a massive opportunity to start this one in the 4v5.
A main control. And only Rate's here to hold. But if there's one person that's been dragging the team kicking and screaming through a couple of these rounds, it has been him. It has been coolest. And they're walking straight into Apist, who has the A1S at the ready. Ali a little further away from the rest of the boys. Big damage, but it's only a 1-for-1. And that's not going to favor IHC as much as they would like. Coolest transfers, but the ping don't let him. And that's going to be Keen getting the job done. 3v1 Rate on the fast and loud rotation. And he's not clearing those corners. Valiant takes us all the way to overtime.
And there it is. There's the ping on your screen too. It all makes sense. And we're going to be diving straight into the overtime. No breaks, no holds barred. I think SemperFi have got to be happy with that one, right? At least gives them some sort of energy, some sort of resurgence that all this is worth it. But, yeah, look, if they can take this to a third map, man, I don't think it's going to kind of break the minds of IHC by any means. They'll certainly be ready for another fight, but it'll just extend the night, that's for sure.
Again, going through a similar thing. Keen just making noise over towards the B site. And the other 4 for SemperFi creeping towards a main. Rate. Playing anti. Wanted to take the fight there. But it's just going to be smokes traded. And another one bled out. What's that, 3 or so now? Used on that A site. SemperFi counting that utility. Oh, they're going to go through. Not dry. Great, at the ready. This is what he's been waiting for. And the staggered approach isn't working like SemperFi might have wanted. Molly goes down, making things a little awkward, and Coolest shoots that shot off, but it's just a warning shot at the end of the day. Keen won't be able to trade again. It's lovely out of Shinobi. And with 10 seconds to get to site and plant, Ali. He's got the AWP. He's got a molly. And he's hoping someone disrespected the utility. He's got a chance here.
Oh, yeah, he really does. Now the fact that he does get that in. If he goes for this cross, he's going to get aggressive. They could actually line up, Mac, but no. No, it's hard to hit those flicks on that higher ping. And that will be the start to the resurgence here for IHC. Nicely done. Again, it just seems to be a little bit delayed, a little bit disconnected. You know, they keep really kind of putting the pressure down to try go through those mollies. Really put the pace in. But, yeah, walking straight into the open hands of some of these players like Rate, like Coolest, who have just been hitting shots left, right, and center. It's just making it so hard for themselves when there's not someone to immediately trade it out.
Well, let's have a look. What changes? Bomb going to be left towards B main, but it's mid they need to worry about. Keen goes 1 for 1. As Coolest shoots that big shot right back. Oh, and just as well. Going to be able to find one across the top. Ali, the trade game.
The lateral leg.
Yeah, doing work. And Yami on 15 points of health is not going to allow Ali to get out on site. So biting off more than he can chew there, but the man disadvantage could quickly swing. Yami low.
Flank.
Oh, and as you mentioned, the flank timing is devastating. Valiant's having a rough series, and oh, when these smokes fade, okay, yeah, at least he's got time to play with, but now his position's known. And I don't know if there's any crossing past Yami. He's cutting that site in half with the AWP. Oh, he was. Wait.
Did he see him?
I don't think he saw him. Oh, well, he knows now.
Yami thinks he did.
Yeah. And all Yami has to do is not peek.
Yeah. 40 seconds. Bomb drop. There's a bit of distance. And admittedly, for Valiance, you just kind of feel bad for him there. There's so many little micro parts for him to try and break out. But again, it's just that reaction from IHC, right? You know, dropping one a little bit deeper CT. Yami just buying time. And then leaving whoever was the final member that flanked in. I think it was Coolest to just play the long line. Like, they're doing so well, IHC. They are playing the fundamentals quite well when they do it. Oh, no, no, not now.
Kalami, not surprised. Kalami surprised when SemperFi bring this back in triple OT and we have to go to a third map and then it's a one-sided game. Then I'll be... Actually, no. Will I be surprised? Would I be surprised, Mitch? I don't think I'd be surprised, Mitch.
Okay, we're back. Don't worry about it.
It's alright, guys. The aircon is back online.
Thank God. We're cooling down. Alrighty, well, it's looking like it is going to be the IHC restabilization. But it hasn't been horrendous from SemperFi at the very least. You know, we've got to see those little moments of brilliance, but all I can think about is, you know, what it would look like if they do tidy some of these little issues up. But Keen gets an opening. Immediately the nades come out to trade it. Coolest doing good things. aliStair chunked down heavily.
The good thing about being an AWPer is you can still find incredible impact with said weapon. But we'll see what ends up going down here. SemperFi, more split up than what we've seen from them. And IHC, 2 towards A, 2 towards B. And these A-site players probably not going to find too much action. Not from A main instead. Anyway, Valiance actually gets that opening. And with only Yummy here... Oh, if he found that one, would have been the drop, would have been the B hit for sure. But SemperFi committing to the call, committing to the plan. And Yummy, in the meanwhile, he's walking into a smoke in con. Might be able to catch Valiant in the back if he keeps going for this. And SemperFi creeping into the stacked site. Shinobi at heaven. Manages to still get one from that position, and Coolest has yet to be found. Savage has jumped into the site with the bomb. What are we doing, boys?
Man, Yami can do this. He's up so close. Oh! Gets the catch, but they baited the time. And managed to get a little bit more. Molotov goes down. He has to move forward. He has to move forward very quickly. He finds one through the smoke, but Valiance. Okay. He gets another. That's 1 round on the board for SemperFi. But I kind of feel like one's not enough here. IHC. They will take the T side in their stride. Let's see if they're ready to close this. Or if SemperFi will do what they did at least at the very start of this map, Mac.
Yeah, rough affair again. Ali, great hands, but this ain't cricket. And, at least hits a homer on that one. What's the go-to here? An advantage. 3 towards B, 2 towards A. And IHC starting to work this mid control. In a loud manner too. You can hear Yami just making worlds of noise. And it looks like we might be posturing back into a B split. Coolest. I'm going to guess that this is a con flash. Little run through it. Yeah. Okay. Apis going to be going in with that one. Valiant's only a molly and HE to hold. And if you remember back to regulation on the CT side, this is where SemperFi kind of struggled. Val was good at getting one, but then struggling at living and then always keeping Ali in a rub position, and it's happening again. IHC know where the weaknesses are of SemperFi here on Anubis, and now they might just be able to throw a decent amount of util, buy some time, but the fast flank from Keen at least takes one more out of the mix.
The leg shot. Tagged up. Coolest. Very, very low. Apist also the same. It's a 3 versus 3. This advantage that they managed to fashion earlier, Mac. This is to tie it up, to bring this game back into contention, but rates up close, and there's just no opportunity, is there? It is every single time. Like, it almost kind of feels like SemperFi have a little bit more depth to their play, a little bit of a better understanding, but like, IHC's fundamentals are just perfect in contrast. Their trades have been immaculate, and they have just constantly been strangling SemperFi down, and that's why they are only 1 round away from victory.
Early flashes and noise getting made towards A. Baiting some of that util out early from Savage. And no info towards B, towards water at all for SemperFi. Val mollied into a very odd position. This is why people don't necessarily find too much success at holding con, but Keen is going to get it on the fadeaway. Walking, moving, still finds the head. And Shady's going to leave the vicinity, even though they had that extra information. Looking like mid control is going to be given. Shift into the 3-2 split. And SemperFi strengthening the A site.
So holding on to that advantage. Clinging to dear life. SemperFi want to take this, so obviously need to do it in a second overtime. Coolest dropping Keen. A little bit of an overextension again. Now Valiant's pressure on Mac. I think this could very well be the closure unless the big man is able to trade it, doing something. There's one. Rate drop. Coolest tagged up in the process. They just have to flush him. They just have to get in. And there it is. Yami managing to at least trade it out, but look at the pace. They're up quick. Dropping him down. No! He slips the net. He manages to get back in and he finds another frag. Yami's done the damage, but now he has to rotate all the way away. 20 seconds. He should be able to close onto this site. A smoke to go down, giving some additional time, but where does he reposition? They're going to have to take all the time here. But Yami has to hit the shots individually. SemperFi need to get into the position to trade. Oh my god, taking main. He spotted the info already going in on the flash, and he's hit it. They've done it okay. Great flash in, a little team dynamic, and SemperFi will live another day.
Or at least another round. Double OT is what they're looking for now. And Shady just running around, making sure he can get his mitts on a AK, M4, something. I don't know what he was looking for. I think they were going to try and get that double AK setup going and just purchase up another AWP because they... Keen would have had money. Yeah, oh, they're going double AWP. We're going double AWP. With an extra M4 on the ground just in case. I don't hate this. You got the money, use it.
All right, Mac. Whisper sweet nothings to me. There's an opportunity here for SemperFi to continue this map of Anubis. Yami straight onto the line, but there's that double AWP activating so far. They've got both of them here, and Yami will be taken down very, very quickly. The bomb's still yet to be picked up and collected. Unfortunately, Shinobi just has to allow that to happen in front of him. They still do have an opportunity here to kind of collect the pieces here, IHC, but SemperFi have sort of slimmed back. Coolest. Just holding that line. Oh, it's aggressive. Smoke not yet to fade. Molotov will go a little too deep.
Nice moves from Shinobi. Dodging the flash, still some time to maybe get the opening. Coolest going to be putting his head on a smorgasbord as the rate comes through for the trade game. Ali unable to get that repeaked, and the missed opportunity may just cost them the whole damn thing. IHC, no man advantage, but they do get the plant down. And SemperFi all coming from the one single position to try and make the retake happen. There is a bit of space on the side of the smoke for them to wrap around, but it's going to happen quickly. There's nades for Apist. Oh, he's going in the CT. What is happening? He's just pushing in behind enemy lines. There's 1, 2, 3 that he could have found, but he's got none of them. 1v3. Can Shinobi clutch?
Shinobi has to find it. Every single shot, the angles are tricky. They just need to trade, and they will. Savage able to hold on. The defuse is going to come in very, very tight. But thankfully for this side, they will bring it through once more. 15-15 is the scoreline. We will have to go again. Man, oh man. This is chaos. I think the break only comes in if we get triple OT. So we continue fourth once more. Apist, I don't know how he didn't connect with those shots. Shady just on a swivel, Mac, able to deny.
Yeah, some crazy things going down at the moment. And as these OTs continue, just expect it to get messier and messier. Whoa, yummy. Almost able to read that drop down, but Valiant's finding more success now. Feeling like he's a bit more confident in OT, having a couple of decent holds towards B. I guess that opening. This is what was working for SemperFi early on in the game, remember? Was the aggressive water takes, aggressive map control. But everything started to slow down. This time though, Ali, respecting the space that could be taken. Apis running through in a windrow with the bomb. Shinobi wants to trade, but the HE almost works against him. And he's got info on one of the 4 remaining members, but surely SemperFi don't lose another 2v4.
No, surely not, Mac. That's what I'm going to say and assume as Savage does drop Shinobi. Coolest, 1v4. He has been fragging up a storm. But we've got Savage with a keen eye. Molotov for flash to go in. Coolest does connect, and this is where they've got to get a little bit careful. Valiance runs away. So now they can just get back on towards this line. Keen is probably a little bit too close and personal, but I do like this line that they've taken. Another smoke. Coolest finds Valiant. No way this is happening. Coolest in the clutch position. Shady has no HP. And he's going to take it towards the site. This is Coolest trying to rack up 40 kills. Already finding 37. It'll be 38 if he can get this. This would be heartbreaking for SemperFi. A 1 versus 4 in overtime number 2. And Shady has no HP to do it with. Ring around the rosy. This is Giga Brain, Giga Chad from Coolest. Shady, he's just going to get a haircut from behind. I can absolutely feel it. Molotov goes down. Information is packing. Caught slacking. Coolest knows that he's not onto it. He's even going in for the scope with a big green. He will deny. And SemperFi have been crushed into the dust.
Coolest is so good, bro. I feel like he's definitely one of the more underrated Mongolian players, but goddamn. Like, look at this.
He's good.
Pushing
Protect
40.
Force. Help.
Single-handedly saving many rounds this series. And we got a technical, probably because someone's punched a monitor, let's be honest. And there's only 2 people that haven't bought, okay? One is Rate. One is Ali. Who do you think has put their fist through the monitor? My bet's on Ali, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah. Passionate gamer, that man.
Like right through. Because he's solid. He's jacked.
He is indeed.
I hope we have photographers on the scene.
Gym session.
Imagine that picture. Ali with a fist, just like all the way through a monitor.
Through the desk. Yeah.
That'd be such a good picture.
Tick in the chat.
Yeah, something going down. We
Yeah,
got 2
sure.
best of 3s. What time did the game start? 9:30 a.m. my time. What time did it start your time?
The first best of 3?
Yeah, that we did today. Yeah, was it 6 p.m.
3:30. 3:30 p.m.
which was 6.
So now it's 10:30 p.m. So we're 7 hours in.
7 hours in for 2 best of
And
3s. Yep.
We may still have another map.
Yeah. Okay. Four hours of best of 3 is kind of crazy. You know that we do 4 best of 3 days a lot of the time now. We actually did the other day for stage 1 of this. Didn't we? We did. Yeah. There was 4 best of 3s. Because Jordan and someone did the mainstream for 2 games, and then me and Trav did the next 2 games.
Yeah.
So imagine if there was this many pauses in a 4 best of 3 day. It's like 16-hour day.
Long ass day. I remember doing, I think it was AEL Remember when CG was doing that, like, offshoot, the second, like, tier 2 kind of competition that was targeted just below CGP? I did one of those. I did it solo from home whilst they were doing it on LAN in the arena at the Cyber Gamer Studio. And it was, I think, first day was like 15 hours and the second day was like 10 hours. It was a long-ass slog. And I probably did it for like $50 or something. Those are the days, mate.
Hell yeah.
Well, it does look like aliStair had something happen, so...
Yeah, everyone else is
Rate
bought.
has now purchased. Yeah. Looks like we will be hopefully getting an update shortly. Ah.
Dead mouse.
Ooh. Yeah, that's rough at this time of day because you're going to be able to give it a little bit of time to charge up.
He's buying.
But that's only if you get another map.
It's alright.
Playing with the plug-in.
Just get the right cable and it feels like you're not playing with a cable anyway. Let's be real. Alright, juice back up. Game's live. Let's see how many more rounds we have going down here. Lack thereof. Who knows? It's going to be one or the other. Boost. In towards B main. I don't hate this. Don't see it too often. Flash in. Keen. Gets the bit of info he wanted. What's he doing? He's tossed across, what, a flash to Val. Saying, pop me in, daddy. Boom. Flash no good. Info's there.
Ooh.
Nice jiggle.
It's coolest as well. You know, he's got the confidence brimming after that previous round. aliStair does hit a shot onto Yami. He actually will reposition pretty aggressively, so still holding that main position. But right, again, the amount of impact he has had, right? You know, he's not top of the server. Apis is up there with him. Coolest is obviously leading, but Rate has got impact frag after impact frag, and there's another one duel going the way of IHC. They are low. They are really sort of feeling this, and Valiant's great timing. aliStair also looking into the canals. Coolest. Oh, that was an important shot that doesn't quite go. Gets caught lacking here. They are still very split up, though, IHC. 35 seconds. They got a bit of a wriggle on Shinobi. If he finds this, he'll open up the B site. And now, unfortunately for poor aliStair, has to go straight through the flames, and now it's Shady. Oh. And I get it. I understand. You know, you want to go for those plays. You kind of have to. You can't just wait for the rotate to come through. But again, it's another situation where it's 3 1v1s that SemperFi lose to. And we got another pause. And we got a disconnection.
You're joking.
Oi.
Did the internet go out at SemperFi? What?
2 are still in.
What's going on?
Big Benos was telling me that they got red hot internet in that house. Valiance is also DC'd. Okay. Alright, okay. Maybe just a quick refresh, reset.
Oh, there's movement.
Yeah, there's some movement.
There's some movement.
I've casted some long series. But this is getting something.
Yeah, what are we at now? It's like 12:30 p.m. or a.m. for New South Wales, right? I guess it
Yeah.
kind of fine. Is it? It's 3 hours behind at the moment in Perth, right?
2.
2? Okay, so
Yeah.
wait, it's
So it's 12:30 a.m.
so it's 10:30 p.m. for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And fortunately, we're all going to try to figure this one out. I've got the tech guys, you know, going to Perth. Bought some flights for them. But we'll be back in just a moment after this technical pause. See you in a sec.
Grandiose return, and hopefully it continues the trend of a little mini comeback as poor SemperFi must be hurting after losing that 1v4 to Coolest. We do see them now 17 and 15. It would be a pretty lackluster half here for SemperFi to not pick up much. So they've got everything that they need. Warp up for aliStair. Let's see what they do to change this one up. Util. A couple of mollies to try and flush the differing positions out. Keen just shifting around. We do see the solo walk here from Valiant. They do flash him in. So he's going to have a little bit of a sniff. They pull away now. Coolest now going for that boost again. It was unsuccessful in the previous round. But it does look like it is namely going to be a little bit more of a lean towards the side of A here as SemperFi are going to go walkabout. Rate does seem to be aware. Smoke is now going to fade. What are they going to do with it? Should there be a flash over the top, or are they all just going to sit in? It looks like that may very well be the case. Molotov's through. I think they have to flush their way out now. A little bit awkward, a little bit scrappy, but everyone gets out relatively unscathed. Apist finding Keen. Again, just a little bit of an itch. Trying to make things work. Valiant gets one, but Apist able to get that trade. Rate finding another as well. Savage does get taken low in the process. aliStair and Shady. There's no time to save here. It is the last round of the half in this overtime. Number 2. The damage already dealt, and there is an opportunity. The Molotov's not going to quite kick onto aliStair, or it does. He has to walk into the smoke. Apist now has the information. He's already had such a phenomenal round. That nade should take him down, and it does. Apist has been playing out of his mind in this map, in this round. And now is Shady doing some further damage. He's running out of time. He does have the kit in hand. Only a single flash. Does some further damage. They just need to sit still. We have one close. That's Shinobi. Shady's going to be able to pepper him up, but unfortunately, mate, that's all she wrote. IHC are going to be finding 18 here, and SemperFi will need a perfect T side to even think about taking this one through. And as you can see on the screen, I don't know if maybe the routing's kind of glitched up or something like that, but yeah, 80 ping across the side. It is tougher than you think as we do get a little reset into this half. Oof. Such a tough pill to swallow. And we're back. Everyone's got their little reset. Game unpaused. Pep talk.
Heck yeah. I love pepper and talks. It's my kind of thing. Oh. Where to from here, huh? 2-2-1 setup. Rate solid towards the A site, who has been phenomenal at getting, you know, that pick time after time, and SemperFi just failing to trade. Ali looking to flash in Val. There's that second phase of it as well. And this time, alright, we got guns out, we got ready. We got a main control for SemperFi for the moment, but that's actually drawn 3 of the IHC members to try and tussle for it. Do the flash across top of mid, but oh, coolest already on the trade, or already on the line rather. And Ali, untradeable, as Valiant has left him solo. This has actually been a common trend. I've noticed Val sort of leaving whoever is at a main, and they'll always die just after Val leaves. It's happened a lot this game. Keep an eye on it. That being said, rotation, IHC now with the read that it is probably going to be this B hit, flank through Temple, and IHC just going to play for the retake.
That's all they need to do. Got everything looking good. Yammy's done some really good damage. Oh no, not like this. Alrighty. Valiance and Savage have to try and make it work. Make that just Valiance, and that is not the way you want it to close, but it's sometimes just the way the cookie crumbles, Max. So, at long last, we crown our victor here in the form of IHC. It was scrappy. It was a little bit all over the shop, but they are the ones to take it through, and they're going to be versing Chinggis Warriors in that lower bracket consolidation final to see who will be taking it back against Hot